Hey everyone, just some clarification here on Google Meet and the bookings through the calendar. So some people are getting some questions in regards to this. So right now I'm under the EdTech account, not my personal account, but these are all the calendars and shared calendars that I have access to, and it prioritizes. Again, it's just alphabetical, but it always makes sure yours is at the top. So my account, the EdTech account here, that would be the default one. And if I check this and I go over here to build a an event, it is under, if you look right here, the EdTech calendar. I can always change that after the fact, but it defaults to the top checked one. And since that's checked, um, it goes to my EdTech calendar. If that wasn't checked, it will just slowly go down the list to the next check here. So if I was now to do this, the default you see is the red tech cohort. The red tech is the next one that is checked. And like, if that's a mistake, okay, I can just go up and make the switch there. No big deal, right? But make sure, first thing, if you're like, I can't find the conferencing anymore, make sure that this is your account right here and make that change. Or if you don't want to do that every time, just make sure this is checked, because then it would automatically go to that. The main reason for that is, if you notice here that I'm under Ed Tech, I have access to conferencing and I have access to join the Meet, the Google Meet, and I can add that to an event. If it's not, again, due to that change we made for the K-8 schools, um, if I go in now, I've deselected this EdTech account. I've gone in because it's a shared calendar. Any shared calendar will not allow you to make a Google Meet, because then any student that does not have um, access to make a Meet would just make a shared calendar and then make a Meet. So it kind of defeats the purpose of those permissions. So right now, because I'm on the red tech cohort, it's pulling here. There's no checks, no checks. Oh, red tech, it's a shared calendar. It does not give me access to video conferencing. I switch that to ed tech. Boom, it shows up here. And then I can add a video conference and to those calendar invites. A bit of a workaround, I think, if I was wanting to use a shared calendar, I would go in and then get the code here. I'm just going to close that. I copy this, and then I could go back into, let's say, the red tech, and then just call it right that name, right? So you can just share it right there through the calendar invite. Through, I didn't create it through here, but now I'm sharing that invite through here. And with permissions, they cannot access this unless the creator is in the meeting. So they can try to get on before you or after you leave, but it will not let them unless you're in there. So just make sure you're the last person to leave the meeting before you close it. Otherwise, kids will still have access. But if you're not in there, otherwise they won't get that. But that's a bit of a workaround if you want to use a shared calendar. So anyways, if you have any questions on that, please let me know. And I hope that helps clarify.